Hello everyone, let's start to create our first message on the blockchain. So I will remove this file like this. Also I will remove all of those files, delete all. So let's create a hello world message. To do that, no need to right click on this create new file, and here I will say hello solidity. Okay, now here as we learned before, we have to add first SPDX license identifier MIT. Then we have to mention what? Mention Solidity version. I say Pragma Solidity and version $0.8.30 semicolon. Then we have to create the contract. So I will say contract, and contract name will be hello world. Scope of the contract. Okay, now we are going to write code inside this contract. So what we are going to do is we are going to create a string. So string and public, let's call it my string, and equals and double quote, and here I will say hello world. Save it. Here we have a warning, so the identifier was wrong, so I will fix it. Okay, now here we created the state variable. So let's break down what we created here. So first, here we have string. This is the data type. It stands for a string characters like text. So in Solidity, you have to tell the contract exactly what type of data you are going to store. And then we have public keyword. So when we create a variable with public keyword, Solidity will automatically create a function. So we can read the data of this variable using that function. However, if we not type this public keyword, and we will not able to see the hello world message after we deploy the code. So we have to create getters to check that value, and in future lessons you will learn more about the getters and setters. And I will just make this as public, and here we set the value as hello world, then end the line with the semicolon. So as I told before, this is a state variable. This string isn't just saved in the memory, it's saved in the blockchain storage, which means in a real app, writing this string would cost gas because you are taking the permanent space on Ethereum. However, if you don't understand any of that concept, don't worry, we will learn each and every concept of Solidity in the future. Also, if you want, you can follow Solidity documentation. And let's go back to the remix, and here I will save this, and let's go to the deploy tab. So here we are in the Solidity compiler, and we have green check mark, which means we don't have any issues in this contract. And let's go to deploy tab. Okay, here I will select our contract. We only have one contract, and here I click on deploy. Okay, on deployed contract, here I can see the hello world contract, and we successfully deploy our contract to simulated environment or simulated blockchain. And now you can see this my string blue button. So I click on it, and here we got the string hello world, and we got our message. By clicking this button, we just ask the blockchain about what is the value of my string. And if you go to console, here we can see the details, and if we go inside here, you can see the transaction cost, the gas. Okay, pretty cool. Now you define the data type, and you store value on the blockchain. Also, you retrieve that value. But string is just one data type. If we want to build a bank or voting system or DeFi protocol, we need numbers, we need math, we need to trace users balance. Solidity handles number very different than other languages. So in the next video, let's learn more about Solidity data type.